Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Naughty Lines, the show where we don't have a tagline anymore because the tagline of the show where lines are drawn below the belt and sometimes above the belly is getting kind of old to say. So, put in the comments what you think would be a good tagline or saying for the show. But yeah, welcome to another episode. Today I have with me a very special guest. Uh, one, she is the very first person to ask to be on the show. Uh, BadLavender. This is where you say hi.
I just said hi.
Oh, you didn't. I didn't hear anything.
Damn.
Damn, already messing up. You know what? This interview's over. Okay, let's go home.
Man, but I'm surprised though. I would have thought more people would have reached out to you because I don't know. I didn't know if you were gonna reach out to people or they had to like hit you up. I wasn't sure.
I reach out to people, but it's like I reach out to people that I think would be like interested, not interested, but like I reach out to people who I think will even look at me and go, "Oh, that's a person." Like, cuz usually a lot of my guests have giant followings and I'm just like, I'm that one speck in the middle of all these peeps. Like getting plucked out is probably not going to happen, and then lo and behold it does happen. But yeah, Lavender is the first person to ever ask to be on the show. She's been a fan for a little bit.
I'm honored. Yeah, I've listened to some of your episodes and yeah, it just seems like a really fun concept to just like be able to just talk freely and just get to know an artist a little bit more, but on their terms, I guess. Like not like crazy curious cat type of like how big is your ass? Like, questions like that.
What's your cup size?
If I were to put a snake in you, like, what's the biggest snake you could take? Like, dude, like, like,
Don't tell me that's an actual question.
of that caliber, but not that exact question.
Yo, someone's gonna ask you that now. Someone's gonna ask you
I
that legit
know,
question. Like, yo, how big of an anaconda can you take?
I know. I put it out there, spoke into existence.
So, yeah. First of all, Lavender, welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the studio that is in my basement that you will never escape from. So, I hope you get
It's really
comfy.
cold down here.
You'll get used to it. The cement kind of warms up during the summer.
Mm.
Meals are 2 times a day. You get an apple for breakfast and a cherry for lunch, and that's it. Nothing else. Better
Can
make it
handle it.
count. So yeah, so let's just okay. So for this episode, this is actually where I start. I'm gonna start changing things around with this show, and to all of
Ooh.
you who have been watching since episode one, I've been running with the same formula for what is this? This is gonna be like the 15th episode, but I need to change it up a bit because it's just getting a little stale. I will still be asking questions, but it's more just gonna be like a hangout kind of, yo, I need to learn more about you, son, like, and that kind of shit. Like, I'm usually very professional with this, but you know what? We're in the NSFW content creator club. Like, there's professionalism, then there's just like, yo, we draw, like, they draw titties and I talk about it, so you know.
Yeah, just cut loose. Like, shuffle the deck of cards.
So with that being said, yo, Lavender, when did you start all this shit?
So, like under this name, Bad Lavender, I've been doing this for a little bit over a year now. And I actually started last, I think, June or like end of May. And that is because I needed a summer job. And my old job, I've mentioned this before, like in passing that I used to be a barista. Um, they didn't rehire me. I was on that job hunt, it's really tough. And I had an interview for a thrift store and they just like kind of ghosted me about whether I got the job or not. So I was like, all right, fuck this. Like, I've had friends and other people who for a while were like, "Yo, you should do commissions. You should sell your art because you're just drawing for yourself right now." And I figured like already that porn is like the easiest way to make money, so I was like, "All right, fuck it, I'll do it." And I started advertising on 4chan and like pretty much from there, like doing cheap commissions. Just got my portfolio, developed my skills, my digital art, and then I was able to just open up a Twitter and it just kind of kicked off from there.
Okay, and like, so it basically started with a job hunt, and you'd been drawing for how long at that point?
I've been drawing pretty much all my life and digitally since I would say middle school. And
Okay,
I would say lewd art didn't come until like late high school.
awesome. And okay, so you've been drawing digitally since middle school, but you didn't start drawing dicks until late high school.
Like at first it was just like in my notebook and they looked freaking terrible. But yeah, like actually doing this and taking on the BadLavender persona, I was able to just like develop that and actually kind of like I guess I guess it helped me with like my desire to learn how to, art better, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like cool. Sometimes it's a problem, but yeah, it's been great. I definitely feel like I've learned a lot.
So I'm just gonna throw this out there. Uh, for also as per usual, any of you who watch the show, you know that the link to Lavender's Twitter, Patreon, everything like that is gonna be in the description below. So if you want to check them out and support them, you can, which you really
Yep.
should.
If you
Like,
do decide to, thank you so much. I really
yeah,
appreciate it. And no, but no, it does not mean I will date you. Thank you.
give her muns, but don't expect nothing in return except for awesome art.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw this out. What the fuck is up with your addiction to MHA?
Oh my God, man. And you know what the funny shit is? I didn't even like it at first. Like I honestly really was annoyed by MHA when I first found out about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I would hang out with friends and we would like have like house parties and without fail every fucking time at the end of every house party they would watch like a new episode that dropped on Hulu for MHA and I'm just like I don't give a fuck about this. Like what the fuck is this? Like just like what the hell like it's just superheroes like that's it. Like I was such a hater like honestly. Um
God.
I didn't see the appeal. We also have been like drinking and like smoking hookah and stuff. So it's like I just want to mellow out. I don't want to hear fucking like loud ass like rock music or whatever right now. And I was just like so just like annoyed and like I didn't like Deku at first because I just felt like he was such a crybaby. I just felt like he just like cried a lot and it was a lot of screaming. Um, I was a hater, but then I think I got into it because of like the porn. Honestly,
Oh
I
Jesus Christ!
I
Come
honestly think
on.
so. I was honestly like, let me give it. You know what? All right. Let me clear my head. Let me give it a chance. Let me watch it on my own. I do still believe that the first season is kind of rough, just because Deku is still a crybaby and stuff. But like every episode, he's just like, "Ah, oh my," and it's just like, dude, like, yo. But
So
yeah, I think the porn got me into it, and now I'm a fan. I haven't really been keeping up with the anime, but I have caught up on the manga. Um, and I just like the character designs; they're really cool.
so I'm gonna take a wild guess. And do not tell me, but I have a
Okay,
wild guess on who your uwu MHA daddy is.
there's a ton of them. Which one?
I'm gonna guess top of your list. I'm gonna guess Aizawa for you.
Yes, he was the first. Yes, that was the first
Fucking
character.
knew
That was the
it.
first character. Yeah, I liked.
You're
Yeah.
so basic. You're
Well,
so
I've developed
basic.
my palate since then, dude.
Oh yeah,
Like,
who's on your palette now?
you start off with your appetizer and then you move on to the main course.
Who's the main course then?
Okay, so main course usually consists of like several items, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have Shinso, we have Hawks, we have Dabi. Um, yeah, I would be willing to say Mirio. Uh, yeah, off the top of my head, that's it.
Well, at least you're not like other. At least you're not like some people who just go for the people who can literally kill them with just a
Such
thought.
as
Like there's so many people who go for All Might just because he could kill them in one fell swoop.
All Might's ugly. I'm not interested in All Might.
All Might's ugly.
In both forms. Like I'm not body shaming. Like both forms are ugly to me.
I like his skinny form more than his muscular form.
He looked like his jaw is gonna cut glass. Like literally. Like I know that's an expression, but like he literally looks like it.
Oh, okay. So, with the Bad Lavender whole thing, when you started this account, like when would you say you truly started to blow up? Was it like did it just happen out of nowhere, or was it kind of like someone saw it and then blew it up and you gained a
It's
following from there?
yeah, it kind of was like that. Like I honestly, I would say I had a modest following, probably like 1,000 people, and that was mostly just because I was taking free requests on 4chan through the draw threads and reposting them to Twitter. I think on top of that, also just drawing MHA, like
Mm-hmm.
that's like a guaranteed like crowd pleaser. And then I don't know how I've asked him. He said he just found it, but Scott Falco of all people, um, found one of my pictures, or he found my account, I guess, and just started retweeting my shit. And then all of a sudden, just a bunch of people rolled in, like, "Oh my god, how have I never seen you before? I love this, I love this." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" Like,
Chill out, man. Chill out.
this was over the course, I would say, like a day or two. And I remember when it happened, like I was on my way to class, and
Mm-hmm.
I just remember my phone just blowing up, and the music was getting interrupted with like all these notifications, and I'm just like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" Like my pictures, like one of my pictures getting like 2,000 likes was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Okay, so Scott Falco kind of helped you get there. Like you had a following. Like okay, so a lot of people like to say that you don't have a legitimate following on any platform. If people helped you get there, you have to get there on your own. I don't believe that.
I disagree. I always tell people who ask me for advice, just like when you want to start doing this kind of thing, like your success is always going to come from both your hard work and also just luck. And the luck is going to be people with a bigger account stumbling across you, or like networking or whatever, like just someone giving you the chance, right? And like retweeting your stuff. Because yeah, you might reach like 15K followers eventually, but people with a bigger following who decides to retweet you, they can get you there faster. Not saying you should use people, but um I think definitely that's a factor in your growth.
Right, and it's like cuz for me, it was the same thing for me. Like I started this whole thing, but I didn't start getting any traction until a bigger account came onto this show and started and retweeted the episode, like the first episode of this show. And from then on, I just more and more creators started seeing it, and they're like, "Wow, this is super nice." And at one point, I even was told that I was gonna become the Joe Rogan of NSFW artists.
Know about that, but you're definitely the first person I've seen to do something like this. Like I don't think you're the only one, but like from what I've seen, you're the
Mm-hmm.
first person I saw that was doing like a podcast like this.
Yeah, and it's like, hold on, you think I can't be as, you think I can't be as good as fucking Joe Rogan? Is that what you're saying? Canceled. You're canceled. Out of here. Ugh, can't believe it.
Like fuck out of here with that shit, man.
Uh,
About that.
but yeah. So okay, so the thing about growth, like it is just luck and all that. Uh, like it is hard work, obviously. Like
Yeah.
if you just go on to Twitter and expect people to follow you for just retweeting a bunch of stuff, that can happen. Like you can get a big following just by retweeting things that people want to see, but it's very rare if you put no work into it yourself.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who find themselves stagnant with their growth, and that's because they drew like maybe 4 or 5 pictures, and all they do is just repost those same 4 or 5 pictures to art share threads. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, dude, but you got to keep making content. You can't just be spam, because people are going to see that as spam and like, oh, they're not working on content. Like they're just, this is all they have. So it's hard work, and you're definitely going to probably find yourself at times being like, I hate art, but you just got to stick with it.
Right. All right. So let's see. Let's learn more about you a little bit. Like, let's learn
Okay.
what kind of person you are.
Ooh, all
So
right.
we know that you are in love with MHA. We know that I'm guessing your favorite character is Mina. Just
Yes.
putting
Mm-hmm.
that out there because it's everywhere.
Yep.
What is your favorite video game? Like that'll truly show me what kind of person you are.
Man, you know what's funny? I got asked that too yesterday on Curious Cat, and like my answer was just like I just can't pick one single one. Like I can think of multiple series that I would willingly play again, and but I just can't like narrow it down to one. Um, so I would say my favorites would be the BioShock series, the Tomb Raider series, Resident Evil. I like the smaller stuff like Alice Madness Returns, Jet Set Radio. Um, I liked. I haven't really played much of the new one, but I remember like playing the hell out of like Crash Bandicoot back in the day. Um, I feel like there was some other shit. What the hell else was it? It's gonna bug me. Oh, Last of Us, the first one. I have not played the second one. I'm probably not going to. And fuck, my brain is like spaghetti right now. Like I swear to God. Oh, recently I was playing Near Automata and I really like it,
Man,
but I have not beaten it yet. So
a woman of culture, I see.
yeah,
True
my brain is
culture.
fried. It's like that cold brew I talked about before the call.
Isn't cold brew just like cold coffee or something?
No, it's actually okay. See this. See, okay. Now we're really getting into lavender because this really tickles me. Thank you for asking. Okay, so cold brew, basically what it is you're gonna take your light roast coffee, either whole beans and you grind it, or you get some place like Starbucks to grind it for you. Um, you basically want to do a ratio of like 1 part coffee to 16 parts water, and you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna let that chill in the fridge overnight. And then the next day you strain it, and basically what it did is the water drew out all the caffeine, the oils, the tastes from the coffee. Um, so you're pretty much just getting like pure coffee. You're not getting like the grounds or like bitterness or anything. And then
So,
from there, just milk, sugar, more water if you want.
so I was right. It's basically cold coffee. What are you talking about?
No, it's not cold coffee because when you make coffee, you use hot water. Like you
It's
gotta boil it, and the process is different.
it's basically but
No, it's
okay.
not.
So
Okay,
so
okay, okay,
you
okay.
okay, so
When
you
you make
grind
hold up,
coffee
hold up, hold up, hold up,
beans.
hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. When you make your I'm okay. When you make your coffee, how do you make it? You put the paper filter, and like the pot.
Yeah, I put the paper filter in my coffee maker and
See,
then
that's
I
no
pour the
good. That's
grounds
shitty
in.
coffee.
That
That's shitty
shitty
coffee because
excuse me, madam. It
it's
depends on the
shitty coffee
bean you
because the roast you
use.
use for that kind of coffee is crap. Um, the paper filter absorbs the oils from the coffee, and the coffee you're using isn't even fresh. It's like Folgers shit probably, or like Maxwell House.
I
Like
can't believe
when you
this.
get the shit from the whole bean, like you grind your own beans, you maintain that freshness, you maintain the oils and everything, the caffeine. It's not stagnant, it's not musty, you know. And yeah, you're extracting all that stuff. The paper filter is extracting that shit. And then
I
all you're getting is just freaking like watered down, freaking dusty, musty ass like bean dust.
I can't believe this. I'm getting you. It's okay. So, madam, you have assumed what kind of coffee I drink. You assume I drink Folgers. I do, but you assumed maybe I drank some good old fashioned fresh beans. You don't know. How
all
dare
I'm
you?
all I'm saying is there's definitely a difference, and I'm gonna stick to either cold brew or my French press.
Ah, yes, yes. Your superiority with coffee. I understand. You're more superior. You are superior than to. You are superior than me when it comes to coffee.
I got sent to the re-education camp known as Starbucks, and yes,
All right. So besides the total roasting of me through coffee, uh, let's see. What do you like to do in your spare time? Like when you're not drawing or hanging out with buds, like what else do you like to do? Do you like to jog? Do you like to apparently
I
make
like to
cold
fap.
brews?
There's that. I mean,
Jeez.
aside from that, I also like I like sewing. I actually have a sewing machine.
Oh my
I'll
god.
be I like to cook.
Yeah.
Um, I sound really boring right now. I really have no hobbies other than just working all day.
You're the
Um,
first person to ever just straight out come up and say I like to fap.
I mean, it's the truth.
Jeez.
I just like saying that on my terms and not someone asking me like, do you fast?
Oh, so if someone
Like,
asks if you do, you say that's none of your business. But then whenever you just bring it up,
yeah, see the difference is I'm sexualizing myself other than someone like, in their head being like already sexualizing me and being like, can you confirm my fantasy? Like everybody faps, except for
yeah,
asexuals probably and babies, but like
and
you
baby, and Mormons.
yeah, it's like everyone does it. So I'm not gonna lie, like it is an activity, it's a pastime,
Hmm.
to pass the time. But yeah, I've just been mostly in my house for like pretty much most of the pandemic, just in these four walls known as my bedroom.
Yeah, like how's the pandemic treated you? Like besides just having to stay, like
Isolating.
is it okay? So there's been a lot of talk about the struggles of being an artist while during a pandemic, but I would see more of a like I guess kind of a home field advantage just because artists don't really need to leave their house in order to make a living. So what would you say? What would you say to that? Like, would you say like it was like you were financially okay because of your art, like this
Well,
pandemic?
I if I had to live solely on my art, no, I would not be financially okay. Actually, the reason why I was financially was okay is because I actually qualified because I'm classified on my taxes as a self it's like self-employed, my own business, freelancer. I actually did qualify for some financial assistance. So like I credit that as well as yeah, I was able to get like some commissions and stuff out in the time.
Mhm.
It's just that the amount I was making was like below like I pretty much met like the qualifications, but I am very every day like yeah, I'm very grateful that I was able to do that and continue to yeah, still be able to work and put stuff out and have people pay for my content. But at the same time, mentally, no, I would say it's worse. I would say that before the pandemic, I was able to have like an outside life, and then home would be work and sleep. Before the pandemic, I was able to go in person, actually commute to school. I was able to go on the occasional bar hop, meet people, have fun. Maybe on the weekend I want to wind down, I go to like a barcade type place.
Mhm.
But like now because of the pandemic, it's just like this room is just like office, sleep, school, eat, just like everything. It's just like so just mentally taxing, I feel like. And I always feel so bad when I didn't deliver on like a drawing or something that I promised because it's like there's no excuse. Like you're home like 24/7 basically. Um, actually for school, I had a final project last semester about pick a topic and do like a series of images on it. And mine's was the pandemic and the effect on mental health on someone who prior to the pandemic was already like dealing with depression.
Mhm.
And something I highlighted was that I get seasonal depression and like every fall I get like I don't want to leave the bed, I want to stay home, I skip school, I call out sick or whatever. But now that all that is at home, I have no excuse. So it's like what should have been my safe space, my comfort zone is now like invaded. It feels like with responsibility.
Right, I can understand that. Like it feels as if it's not. It doesn't feel like a place you can wind down anymore. It feels like a place where all your work is done, and it when you're in there, you feel as if you could be working instead of relaxing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and like I don't have a desk. Like I do all my work in bed. Pretty much my voice cracked. Ew. Um I'm getting a desk this week. It's coming in, and my goal is to just like stop associating the bed with like work because I think that really affects my sleep
Oh
and
yeah,
my back. My
definitely,
back is like in pain all the time.
definitely. I have a desk, but I need a new one. I need to get a new one.
Yeah,
Uh
I'm honestly using like a TV dinner tray as like my side table.
oh jeez.
Those little tables.
Okay, so what was the next question I was gonna ask? Trying to think. What was I gonna say? Crap. You know what? I'm totally prepared for this.
You don't write your questions, dude?
No. This is
That's
all off the top of
okay.
my head.
That's okay, because I was gonna write down answers just in case, and I forgot.
Oh my god.
Because up until this point, it's been the same questions, but now that this is episode 15, we're doing stuff differently.
There's so many people who say like, "Oh, can you write down the questions and send them to me so I can write answers?" Like, I don't do that. I never write down my questions. Like, I had a little list of like maybe 3 questions, then I'd go off of them and just go into different ones, but other than that, I don't want like a scripted podcast.
But like, obviously, like I don't want to be like a politician and like have read from a script, but like, just like if there was a question you ask, like, oh, what was the weirdest thing you got on Curious Cat or like DMs or something? I want to be prepared so I can be like, yeah, let me look, but I don't
Oh,
remember
yeah.
stuff like that.
So, here's a question for you. Okay, so just throwing this out there. You are indeed a woman on
Yes,
the
I am.
internet,
Yep,
and you do lewd art and such.
correct.
Have you run into any of the crazy symmetry that you had to like be like, go away, go away,
See,
leave me
the thing
alone?
is that I what I consider simping apparently is like different than what everyone else considers simping.
Mhm.
Like I consider simping to be someone who's like paying for my shit and like going to other people's art share threads and like recommending me or like commenting on every single piece I do. Uh like if there's any kind of comment that's like slightly critical, like white knighting, and I don't really have someone like that. That's the thing. I don't have no simps like that. But if you mean simping as in like I don't know, what do you mean by simping?
They're
Like what does that
trying
mean
to
to you?
they're trying to get a slice of that pie.
Like they're trying to like play the long game?
Yes.
No, I usually shut that down. I usually like I spot it and I've just like flat out just like no, I'm not interested. Every time people ask me like would you date a fan? I'm like no, not interested, dude. Like it's never gonna happen between us. Okay, but what if you fell for them and then you found out later that they were a fan? I'm like, bro, like what? Like there ain't shit going on about me that's this interesting that like you would want to date me. Like, dude, like you're horny for a drawing, not me.
Right.
You're horny for Lab Sona. Like that ain't me, dude.
So that's the real thing. Like so the question is like when people like admit feelings to you or anything like that, they it's mainly like they're not attracted to you, they're attracted to a drawing that you did, and
Right.
therefore like so when do you so okay, so yeah, you said that when people ask if you would date a fan, you would say no. So there's
Yeah.
a so let's say someone got to know you, but they were a fan. Like it's obviously a case by case basis, that kind of thing.
Like if they were mutual, right? And we actually got to know each other and there was like that friendship part first, then like I would be a little more open to it.
Mm-hmm.
But these are people who are like first name random letters hitting me up on my DMs. Like, oh, I just want to say I think Glavstone is really sexy, and I just wanted to know, I just wanted to know, would you ever show pictures of yourself? And I'm just like, oh boy, bro, like block, like nope, not happening.
Like, oh yeah,
Um,
that's right. You've never done a face reveal, have you?
I've done a partial face reveal once. I was wearing a face mask, and like I ended up deleting it later because I'm like, yeah, I don't want to keep this up. But yeah, I mean, people said it looked like pretty much accurate to lab, so I'm like, all right, cool. Like, case closed. Like, that's it. Like,
So that's what I look like.
yep. They also said I look like what's her name, Kawakami from Persona, because I was no, because my hair is short and like really curly, and the shirt I happened to be wearing in the picture was like freaking orange with like stripes,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh my god, it's literally her. I'm like, you don't see the small titties, dude? Like, no, it's not. Like, what you mean? I don't even play Persona. But yeah, I if you mean simps like that, I just shut it down. And if people get too comfortable, yeah, I honestly don't like people getting too comfortable with me, honestly. Um,
What do you classify as too comfortable?
so for example, like getting too comfortable as in I don't consider them a friend, I just consider them someone who follows me, but they talk to me like we're friends. And they'll
Oh.
try like, like joking with me, like negging or something. Just
Mm-hmm.
like saying joking with me but like in some negative way, or you know saying stuff like, oh wow, great as always, Lav, but when can we expect to see, like the cowgirl bodysuit that I was like posting recently.
Mm-hmm.
Literally today someone was like, oh, I know you said you don't do pictures, but I really wish you did, and wow, but why post about this? And I'm just like, dude, you're not slick. Like, I know you're trying to get me to like send nudes. No, not happening.
You're not slick. Get out of here.
You're not slick, dude. Like, and I've told you guys a million times I'm not doing nudes. Like, stop. Like, even when okay, I'm sure you saw that I was selling feet pictures recently.
Yeah.
Even then, like, so many motherfuckers hit me up. Like, I don't want feet. I just want nudes. And it's like, well, keep searching, bitch. Like, you're not getting from me. Like,
Like okay, so how can I put it? It's just it's crazy to think that all these people are like asking for nudes when it's like you've never shown any kind of like interest in wanting to do something like that.
yeah. And it's
Like
like, dude, you're on the internet. Like, go find bitches somewhere else, dude. Like, you could literally find free nudes. Like literally anywhere else. You don't need them from me specifically.
I think the one reason why a lot of people do that on Twitter especially with like people like you is because there's more of a like they can just go talk to someone on like Omegle and get horny all they want, but like when it comes to people like you and other artists like on Twitter, it's easier to get a hold of you so they feel a connection. Like if you talk to them, they feel already a connection towards you because you're talking to them.
It's them damn parasocial relationships. Like I honestly, that's why I shut it down. I don't want there to be a situation where someone's like, I'm gonna call her out because she led me on. No, I'm not interested in leading anybody on. I'm not interested in having some type of persona where it's like, I'm all teeing on everyone's post or being like, oh, I don't mind when guys talk to me. No, I'm not about that. Like, if you make me uncomfortable, I'm gonna tell you. And I'm not gonna give you like some kind of false hope that, you have a chance to like date me or like get my nudes or whatever.
Right. And what do you say to a lot of the Okay, so what would you say to the people who try to cuz there's a lot of people who try to get into DMs but they're like they think especially when it's a female artist, they think like, "Oh, if I just show how much of an alpha I am and just start calling them fucking names, then they'll want me for sure cuz no one's ever talked to them that way."
There's so many people who have sent DMs that start out nice that I don't mind. It's
Mhm.
just that they always have to add at the bottom. By the way, Laughzone is really sexy. I really like, I like these pictures you do where she gets dick down. I'm like, if you just kept it to the first part, hey, I really like your art, keep up the good work. That's fine. I don't have a problem with someone sending me that. I'll be like, oh, thank you so much. Have a good day. It's just when people feel the need that, I guess because I'm a porn artist, that they have to like be sexual. No, you don't have to be sexual in every message, dude. Like porn artists are like normal people too. Like we're not horny 24/7 despite, what, especially my Twitter might say, but like that I consider that sometimes like playing a character too. Just like if I get like drunk or whatever, right? And I tweet like, "Yo, horny." Like that's because I'm drunk, dude. Like that's and that was just some shit that I thought would be funny to tweet, but people will just be like, "Oh, you inspire me. Oh my God, like I got into art because of you. Oh my God, this is great. Keep up the good work." And by the way, you know, hmm, I when I fantasize about Laugh Sona, I just imagine you, like, dude, like,
Yo, when I think of Left Zone, I think of you. It's like, oh, really? What picture do you have in your head? You certainly don't have me. You don't know what I look like.
do you want to hear something spicy?
Hell yeah.
All right, I've kind of mentioned this before on Twitter, and I'm not gonna name names or anything,
Yeah.
but I mentioned a while ago that I had some sort of like light stalker,
Mm-hmm.
and he started out with like being normal, and like thinking that we were friends, and then out of nowhere he confesses to me, "Oh, I got a crush." Like, okay, dude, but like that's not gonna happen. And he thought it was because of, like the distance, like we live too far apart. And I'm like, bro, it's just like I don't know you. Like, what do you mean? Like you're just outing yourself as like really creepy right now. Like, he was just coming up with all these excuses, and there's like more to it, but it got to the point where I had to block him everywhere, and he just every so often keeps trying to talk to me. Like,
Damn.
he seriously like emailed me at one point, and like most recently he DM'd me with like a from like his alt account, and I just had enough. I told him like, listen, dude, if you fucking do this again, because I thought you fucking understood that like I don't fuck with you anymore. I don't want to talk to you. I'm gonna call your fucking ass out. And right now I'm gonna warn my female mutuals about you because this shit is not okay. Like I told you, you're creepy. You should have stopped. You can't listen. Like you need to stop. And I haven't heard from him since then. Hopefully it stays that way.
When you like when people okay, so like I'm in complete agreement with this. And as far as it goes with people trying to, especially when they're just trying to get a hold of like other people, don't ever go into emails. Emails are not for conversation. Emails are for business. They're for
Yeah,
they're for
and like
business.
he only knew my email from like fucking like previous commissions, like I guess my PayPal, but like it's just like, dude, like once you take it off Twitter or Discord or whatever, and you go to my fucking email, like you're a fucking creep. You need to stop. Like,
Yeah,
nope.
I've never had a stalker, but I've had my fair share of creepy people getting in my DMs asking me uh like it's crazy. Like okay, so I don't consider myself an NSFW content creator. I don't consider myself that, but apparently everyone else does. Like because I make this show.
You're not safe for work adjacent.
Yeah, like I'm in the club. I'm just in the corner watching everyone. Like I'm the bouncer. Like I'm not there, but I'm there.
Yeah.
But like I've had people come into my DMs and ask me like, "Hey, would you have this person on the show?" And that's normal. Like I usually have people trying to like tell me, "Hey, this person would be pretty cool on your show. I think they'd be nice." I check them out. I usually just check them out and see if it's worth it or if I think it would be an okay thing to do. But then I got those people who come in and they don't know what I look like, or if they do, they saw something from a long time ago where I showed my face on stream or on Twitter, and sometimes they're like, either A, they're talking about my voice and how nice it is, or they're just saying like, ask me if I'm single, and I always tell them no, I'm not here to talk about that. That's not what these DMs are for. Like,
Interesting.
So
I didn't think you would get those kind of messages just because like yeah, as far as I know, like I don't think I've ever seen your face and like I don't know, like I didn't know that like guys really got those kind of messages.
no, guy, yeah, like okay, so it doesn't really matter about gender. It just depends what you do, and like allegedly, apparently people like my voice, like, and they base their liking me off of my voice. It's like I'm a voice. You don't know nothing about me. You know that I like to fuck around and have fun with like my friends and make this show, but that's all that you know. You know I like to play video games. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. I don't know. How tall are you?
I am 5 feet tall on the dot. I'm short, okay? Like I legit have to climb counters to reach for stuff.
Oh my.
This shit is
Oh my
fucking
god.
rough.
I'm 6'2". You're a
Oh my
fucking
god.
midget. Ah.
No, I'm not though. I'm Spanish. That's normal. I got it from my dad's side.
Okay, so another question for you is, where do you see yourself in like 5 years? Do you still see yourself doing this or running your own studio?
Yeah, I don't see myself doing this in 5 years. I've always been upfront that this was a job, you know, like a side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm just waiting to finish up my degree right now, which actually this is my last year. So, my goal was always finish my degree, get a studio job, or maybe work freelance for like a studio or something. But yeah, this was always like some side thing to like stay afloat within that time. Um,
So as far as this whole art thing goes, like art is obviously a passion of yours, but
yep.
so you wouldn't see this as a career choice.
No, I don't see this as a career choice. This was always just I'm always upfront with people. Like, um, people are always like, "Is this your passion?" or like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have to have some passion for this on some level, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it." But no, this was always in the beginning and even now, like mostly like for money. Like pretty much. That's not to say I'm like asexual or anything that I hate it, but like I think there's definitely been some upsides to it as well as downsides. But yeah, I don't see this long term. And I'm grateful for the friends I've made along the way. But yeah, I don't think Bad Lavender is here to stay for another 5 years.
Okay. I was gonna ask this earlier, but I got sidetracked. So,
Yeah.
uh, okay, so let's say what do you say to those what do you say to fans who are trying to like just be a friend? Because a lot of people think that that's kind of creepy to just have this random person pop in your DMs, talk to you every now and again, and eventually ask like, "Hey, can like are we friends or can we be friends?" Or do you think that should happen more naturally, like it should
I
just
think
happen?
yeah, I think it should be more natural. I mean, some of my friends that I have, um, like yeah, some of them that I have, it just started out as like I would be a fan of their stuff, but I wouldn't like reach out to them just because I know what it's like to like I don't know, just have people reach out of the blue. You kind of I feel like as a content creator become more like you're not like easily trusting. Like you have to assume that everyone who's DMing you could possibly like their second message might be something crazy. So, I would rather keep my comments public and be like, "Hey, I really like this." And sometimes they might be like, "Oh, hey, I checked your stuff out and I like your stuff too." And then they follow you back and then, maybe you'll talk from there. I mean, um I would say with the friends that I have now, yeah, it was like that. Like it wasn't really um starting out with DM being like, "Yo, can we be friends?" but just like, "Hey, I like your stuff." Like
Okay.
and sometimes honestly, like sometimes like there are like what's it called? What's the term? Exceptions where it's like maybe it does start out with like a DM. Like like I don't want to be like messy, but I don't want to be messy, but there's definitely a friend where I got drunk one day. I went apple picking and like was sampling their hard cider sampler or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And that gave me the courage. I wanted to talk to this guy for a while, so I DM'd him like, "Yo, do you have a fucking Discord?" And somehow I got lucky, and he was just like, "Yeah, I do." Just like linked it to me,
Yo, you got Discord? Hell
and we just
yeah.
started talking from there. I mean, I had been following him for a long time, and then he had only recently been following me. But yeah, it was so random, and I am so surprised he did not just like ghost me or just fucking block me right there. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, like, there's a lot of people, and I've said this several times on the show, but it's even still prevalent today, and I don't understand why. Uh, I've made my point about it, but a lot of people say about this show that the only reason that I do this show is because I'm a clout chaser, or I'm trying to get in close with people with bigger followings.
I don't think so. I definitely I would consider that guy who was like light cyber stalking me to be a clout chaser.
Hmm.
Um, there's definitely tells, but no, I haven't gotten that vibe from you. I think you're just someone who's interested in the community and the people in it and are genuine. It doesn't seem like you're trying to get anything out of it.
Right.
Um, but yeah, like I don't know, people are just like jealous at times. I think they're just probably jealous that you get to talk to people.
Yeah, like because I mean, a couple of the first like guests I had, people would say like how come you get to talk to these people and I can't? How come you can talk to them like so easily? It's like I don't know.
Yeah,
I
Alfonso 665 008 is like kicking air because, he's like that should be me. Like, even though you go on his page and it's like no tweets.
yeah, it's like no tweets and they joined Twitter like a month ago or that same month.
Yeah, and those type of people are the ones that hit you up talking about, "Oh, I really like your art and your character's sexy. Is it true that's based on you? Can we be friends?" Like, no, like what?
If you lead with that, of course they're not going to want to be friends with you. Like okay, to all those out there who want to know anything of how I actually get people on the show, I literally I literally just sit there and I look at their stuff. Like it's people normally that I've been following for a bit, and I message them in the hopes that they'll message me back, and I ask them, "Hey, would you be interested in being on my show?" And that's it. I ask them that, and if they don't message back, which does happen, then I just leave it alone. Or if they do message back, then we talk it out from there. Except in this case, I got asked this time.
The rare case, yeah.
The super rare case. But yeah, just like obviously don't just jump into their DMs and say, "Hey, hi, what do you want to talk sometime? Like, you want to hang
Yeah,
out?"
don't jump into DMs being like, "Hi, I like your art. Fuck me." Like no. And then if I don't message but they see me posting, they'll be like, "Hello. Hello."
Oh yeah, like those people
It's
who will send you
like,
a message and you post something like 10 minutes later. It's like, "Hello, hello."
"No." And it's like, "Bro, like you're staying in fucking the filtered message section." Like,
Oh man, I love it when people do that. I think that's funny as hell. Just straight up like, "Oh yeah. Hi, how you doing?" 10 minutes later, posted a new piece of art. "Hey, I saw your post. Hello. I know you're there."
you're not welcome to the VIP approved DMs section.
But yeah, I think that might be all the time that we have for today.
Oh shit.
It went by a little quickly. It's
Do
crazy.
you
Um,
have any like final like quick lightning round questions?
okay, so lightning round. What's your favorite meme?
My
What's your
favorite
favorite
meme
meme?
is the fucking the picture off the top of my head, the picture of the fucking the lady the white lady, and there's like British fucking like Snapchat caption, and it's like madness, love, literally madness. Even though she looks like trailer trash.
Okay. Who's your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration is probably gonna have to be Meru now. If that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. And Zone.
Oh, Zone. Okay, okay. If you could meet either one of them, like right now, who would you meet?
Probably Meru. Yeah.
Okay. Did you like being on this episode?
Yes, I had a lot of fun. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, will you pay me $25?
No, actually, I need that
Yeah.
to buy tuna fish.
Little did you know there's a fee to be on this show.
Man, that's what I get you. Is this a pyramid scheme? Do I have to recruit people now?
No. Everyone thinks that I tell other artists to go find me another artist to interview, and
Fetch me some subjects.
yeah, like that's not at all what happens. I just ask people that I think would be interested.
Yeah, I guess
Uh,
it's more like fetch me my slaves because we're in your fucking basement.
Fetch me their souls.
Give me that ass. It's like, well,
Hey yo, dad ass, bring it over here.
only if you give me another cup of water.
Damn it!
Double
All
it.
right, I'll give you a gallon of water that'll last you a month.
Poland Spring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so little new, now there's a little new addition to what I'm doing new with this whole thing. Question is, do you have a question for me that you're like curious about or anything like? Do you have any questions for little old me?
Do I have do you draw? I
I
feel like
u-
you might have. Like, I don't know.
I used to. I
Okay.
I wanted to draw for so long, but I always felt as if I wasn't good enough. Like, obviously, practice makes perfect. I know that now, but back then I just got so demotivated with how my art looked back in high school, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think this is going anywhere. I might as well just quit now. Uh, and besides, I was in music before I was drawing. Like I've been in music classes since I was in elementary school.
Hmm.
But
Did you
yeah.
have to learn the music fact rap?
The music fact rap? No, I did not.
Damn, I feel like I lived a complete. I feel like I lived in an alternate dimension, and then out of nowhere, high school, I just freaking teleported here.
You get one more question and make it a good one.
A good one. Okay, so let's say you're gonna make a sandwich, and you could put any topping, whatever you want in there. What was the sandwich?
You want me
What
to tell
what
you
was
what sandwich I would make?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to say.
Pretend you're Ruben. That's his name, right? From friggin' Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, experiment like 625, I think it was.
Some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have very weird food habits. Like I
Oh,
like
here we
to
go.
I like to have weird food combinations. Like one of my favorites is ramen noodles and mayonnaise. I like to mix those together.
Okay.
Don't disregard me just yet,
That
okay?
sounds. I'm not gonna lie, dude. That sounds disgusting. That sounds like you're trying to recreate tentacle porn.
What the fuck? Okay, listen. Hold up.
Noodles and mayo, dude.
Look, there's no broth. It's just you make the noodles, you
You
take
don't
it out of
eat
the
it with
water.
broth?
I eat it with broth, but when I have mayonnaise, I don't have the noodles sitting in broth.
Oh my
They're
god, yo, end this episode. No, I'm not.
Oh my
I
fuck.
don't want to
Okay,
hear your
hold
sandwich.
on. Hold on. Listen. So the way it works, you cook the noodles, you take them out of the water, you put them in a bowl, and then whenever you do that, you put the flavor packets in, you mix it around. It's just dry noodles with the seasoning, and then you get a spoonful of mayonnaise, like just drop it in there and mix it together. And it's delicious.
As well eat a dish rag.
You might as well eat a dish rag. But my favorite kind of sandwich to make, I like to call my super sandwich. I like to put black forest ham, turkey, corned beef, and then I like to put lettuce, tomatoes, kosher dill pickle slices, and mustard.
You call it a super
Call
sandwich.
it my super sandwich.
Is it on a hero bun?
No.
Do you put a cape on it?
Maybe, maybe, maybe I put a cape on it and then draw a little S on it for with the edible ink. You don't know. You don't know me.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be here eating my delicious sandwich because I haven't really eaten all day.
But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Lavender, I want to thank you again for being here on the show. It was great having you here.
But thank you for having me. This is actually a lot of fun. Like I
Ye
would do this again.
so definitely. I do want you on here again at some point.
I'm the wild card guest.
Yeah, you're the guest that you're the guest. You're still like you're gonna go down in this show's history as being the first person to ask.
I
Um,
honestly like I'm the wild card guest that you're gonna have like a I don't know like another roundtable episode and be like, so what'd you guys eat for breakfast? I'm gonna be like, dick.
that's actually what I was gonna ask. Would you like to be in episode 2 of Roundtable?
Oh sure, yeah, I would.
Awesome. So yeah, for all of you watching, be sure to check out Lavender stuff on Twitter and her Patreon as well. Be sure to support her either with a follow or become a patron. Like she's super cool. Her art is amazing. She deserves all the credit.
Aw.
And really nice person, as you can see. So definitely, really go check her out. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Naughty Lines. I'm Tony Boy. That's Lavender, and I will catch you in the next one.